Book One is all about the books that I read for the last 40 years. And today I have my special guest. She's the author of the book From Wheels to Heels, no other than Miss Barbie Ingle.
Yay! Thank you so much, Daniel. I'm so excited to be here and share about my book and my journey, and hopefully, your audience will get a lot out of this. Thanks for
Welcome
having
to Book. Yes, welcome to Book 101, Miss Barbie. And can you please introduce more about yourself?
me. Absolutely. My name is Barby Ingle, and I live with multiple rare diseases and chronic pain. And I have decided to share my journey and the things that I've learned along the way with other people. So I became a published author and a best selling author. And I'm so excited to be here tonight. I've gone from wheelchair to walking, and not a lot of people can say that they were able to do that. I found a way to navigate the health system and find what was right for me, and I encourage other people to do the same.
Congratulations, Miss Barbie Ingle, for being a best-selling author. We are looking forward for more best-selling books. So, what's inspired you to write From Wheels to Heels?
From Wheels to Heels is my 20-year journey of living with a rare disease, and I was inspired to write it because I was reaching so many patients out in the communities that I was going and speaking and talking to, or patients heard about me and they started calling, and I felt like a book was a great way to put all of that information and my personal journey into writing it and sharing it, and it would reach more people in book form than it would if I was trying to reach people one on one. And I hope that people use it as a tool to better their own daily living.
Interesting, Miss Barbie. So, what does the title From Wheels to Heels signify in your personal journey?
It signifies, oh, sorry, it
No worries.
signifies uh, going from wheelchair and not really having a way to advocate for myself, to have a voice, to be able to speak to the healthcare providers that were helping me and through my journey, um, and going from being bedbound and wheelchair bound to walking to getting back to life to gaining remission, and what that meant. And a lot of people think remission means you're all better and you go back to your life, but I had to rebuild a whole new life. And so for me, it was something that um, I put from wheels to heels, and a lot of people think high heels, and I have a high heel on the cover, but I spelled it heels as in health heels instead of
Yes.
high heels,
Hi,
and
heel.
it signifies that journey that I took and how far that I've come, and basically gives an outline to other people so they can find their own way through navigating the minefield of the health system.
So, Miss Barbie, how has a chronic pain shaped your perspective on life?
It changed every aspect of my life living in chronic pain. It changes your finances, it changes your personal relationships with others, it changes what you do for life, work. A lot of people think it's what you do for your job is who you are. And I had to get a whole new perspective as to who I was and build my own confidence back up and really find my I ams. And I'm not what I do. I am creative and bubbly and bright and uh, all of these adjectives that I had tied to what I was doing in life instead of who I am at my core as a person. And so I really had to look at my life and make sure that I was on the right path so I could live the most life no matter what challenge I was facing.
Definitely. Seize your day,
Yes.
people.
Woo!
Woohoo! Seize your day. So, what were some of the biggest challenges you faced while writing this book?
Well, health was my biggest challenge in writing the book. Even though I'm in remission, as I said, a lot of people think remission means you're all better and you go on with life. But I still have to go through treatments. About 4 times a year, I go through infusion therapy. And I still have to pay attention to what I'm doing daily, what I'm eating, how I'm living, what I'm doing with time management. I used to live in a 24-hour life cycle like the rest of the world, and now I live moment to moment, and I try to make each moment the best it can be. So having that mind shift of how am I living and how can I be living better? Going through that change can be hard for everybody. Going through that change was probably one of the hardest parts of writing the book, and also feeling like, okay, I have something important to say, and people want to hear what I have to say. And turns out I have inspired a lot of people and motivated a lot of people not to do the same things I'm doing, but to live their life to their fullest. So my challenges in writing the book have turned around and become blessings for other people.
Very well said, Miss Barbie. Very well said. We are truly inspired. How has sharing your story impacted your own healing process?
I think talking through or writing through the challenges that you face in life is very healing in itself on an emotional level and a mental level. And again, I went from top of the world. I was a coach at a university. I had my own business. I was very successful, and I had everything in life taken away, and I had to learn to rebuild it. And so um, it's just been a journey and a challenge for myself, and helped me know who I am better. So when I'm out and sharing, if someone says, I tried this but it didn't work, and instead of crumbling, I can stand strong in myself and know I know this worked for me, and it may not be right for you, but I hope that you find what is right for you, because it is not going to be the same for all of us. And hopefully I am able to then inspire them, but more importantly, stay motivated and confident and in um, service to myself. Put your own oxygen on, then you can help other people when your plane's going down. I think
Yes,
the same thing applies here. I had to stand strong in myself, and then I was able to help other people even more.
certainly. So, what are some most common misconceptions about chronic pain?
Oh goodness. Well, a lot of people think that chronic pain is something you'll get over, like a cold or the flu. And chronic pain is something that lasts for at least 3 to 6 months, but can be for a lifetime. And so how it affects you today might not be the same as tomorrow. And especially as you're learning tools and ways to manage the pain and get through the different challenges that you face. So some people might see you out and able to go shopping or get your fingernails done or whatever that thing is that you did today. And then tomorrow you're in bed going, oh, I pushed myself too hard yesterday. And a lot of people don't understand that that is part of the process and planning. Uh, Another thing that's a misconception is that we'll bounce back and that we have plenty of energy. We just have to dig down deep enough. And sometimes that's just not the case. I say a healthy person doesn't have to pay attention to how many energy pennies they get a day. You just spend your energy and you get the things done you need that day. For a person with chronic pain that's trying to manage their pain, you can think of it like they have 12 pennies a day. They don't get more, they don't get less. And so if they want to take a shower, that's going to cost them a few pennies. It's going to cost them energy. And if they need to do the dishes or they need to go to a doctor appointment, every single activity that they do is going to cost them at least a penny, but sometimes more than a penny. And when the 12 pennies are up for the day, you will see that person needing to go lay down or take a rest or reevaluate what they're doing. Or they'll say, on Saturday, I want to go to my nephew's birthday party. So today, on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, I'm going to rest as much as I can so that I can make it through Saturday and then maybe have to rest again. a lot of people don't understand that you have to take that time for yourself to bounce back and decide how you're going to spend those 12 energy pennies. Are you going to do a special event with your family? Are you going to go out to a movie? Are you going to take a shower? What are you going to do? And so um, knowing that you only get 12 pennies a day helps you spend that energy a little bit wiser. And if you can teach that to the people around you, it is important so that they also understand you need to save those energy pennies when you can.
Certainly. Educate them, people. So, how does chronic pain affect mental and emotional well being?
Well, chronic pain can cause depression, especially in my case, situational depression or anxiety of different medical situations that you might be facing. But over time, it can make you depressed. A lot of people think you get depressed and then you have chronic pain, but in many, many, many of the cases, you actually have chronic pain first. And because of the situation you find yourself in, and it can be very overwhelming, you don't necessarily think of the next day, or like you get down on yourself. I didn't do this today, or I wanted to accomplish this, but it's so much harder. My first book that I wrote took me 6 years to write that first book, and I've improved myself and able to do it a lot quicker now. But giving yourself the grace in between and saying, okay, yeah, I got a little step forward today, and tomorrow I may need to rest, but I'm continuing to move forward, and that becomes the goal. And I think that a lot of people miss that aspect of it of you can still succeed and you can still do things. It might just take longer.
Mm, yes, definitely. So, Ms. Barbie, what would be your advice for those people out there suffering from chronic pain?
I would say that there's great reason for hope because there's help. A lot of times, patients will not ask for help, or they'll hold things in because they don't want to be a burden. And being able to say, hey, I need some help on this, and doing the things you can do, and figuring out where your boundaries are, but also remembering to ask for help. A lot of people forget to ask for help.
Yes, people, if you need help, ask for help. There's a lot of people out there
Yes,
want to help
one
you.
in Yes. There's and 1 in 4 people approximately live with chronic pain around the world. And the other people that don't have chronic pain, if you've never had pain, most people have at least had acute pain where it lasts for a short period of time. You get a paper cut, or you burn yourself on the stove trying to cook something, or something happens and you feel that instant pain. Imagine not being able to shake it off or get rid of it. You have to just live with this pain. You're going to try to find ways to manage it. And if you, as a person not experiencing chronic pain, can step up and help, it is very beneficial and helping the people living with pain to accomplish more, as well as it helps all society when we can get back to working in society and contributing.
Certainly. So, Miss Barbie, what will be your short-term and long-term goals in writing?
Oh goodness. Well, I have 3 more books in the works. My 11th book um, is almost ready to go to the publisher, and then I started a 12th and a 13th book, and I just keep finding different challenges and ways to overcome them. And so, putting it into books is my way of passing it on and sharing that knowledge and information with other people. So finishing those the 3 books that I'm working on right now is a short term to medium term goal. And then long term, I hope to continue to market the books that I have produced, and whether I wrote them by myself or co-wrote them with some others, and really reach other people so that they know and understand that living with chronic pain can be a challenge, but it is something that you can overcome, and you can advocate for yourself individually. You can advocate for other patients, and you can also advocate with legal and legislative law to help get the things that you need for your communities.
Good luck to your goals, Miss Barbie, and you are most welcome to come back and promote all those books that you are creating.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you are most welcome. So, what message of hope do you want readers to take away from this book?
As I said before, help is available. You have to reach out and seek it. And humanity is equipped with hope. So I hope that all of you will dig down deep, especially if you are a chronic pain patient or you know somebody in your life that is dealing with chronic pain. Reach out and offer help, or reach out and seek help, and come together as a community. The more we can share and learn and grow, the better off we'll all be.
Certainly. So, how can chronic pain patients become a better advocate for their own health care?
I think the first thing you can do is share your journey, share your story. And whether that be with the person that's cutting your hair or somebody in the grocery store, anytime that you can bring it up and say, oh, I have MS, or I have arachnoiditis, or I have a rare disease, and share the journey that you're going through in snippets and small bites, those will add up into stepping stones, and then eventually you'll be off writing your own book and sharing the journey that you've gone through and the tips, tricks, and tools along the way that help other people. So keep
Yes.
working at it, keep advocating, keep talking, keep sharing.
Keep sharing, people. Tell to the world. Educate them. So, what role does community support play healing from chronic pain?
I think that the community could actually do a better job supporting people with chronic pain diseases. And also, I think that the health industry in general, the patient should be the center and the focus. And same thing in society. If we can say, hold a door open for somebody, or if you see somebody getting out of their vehicle and they're having a little bit of trouble, hey, do you need any assistance? Do you need help putting your groceries in the back of the car or truck or wherever you're putting them? Speak up, step up, and help out. Could be very beneficial to society, but also in healthcare. Healthcare is working as designed very poorly. And learning the language of healthcare and how to speak with your providers and get the best care for you individualized is the most important. We oftentimes throw all kinds of help at something, and it wasn't what that person needed, or even a whole disease community needed. And or it's just too much. It's like putting a fire hose in front of them and nobody's getting the resources because it's flying by them, and they're not able to utilize that resource or help. So I think uh, showing people, or asking people, how can I help you, what do you need in this moment, could be very beneficial.
Certainly. So, what changes would you like to see in how healthcare professionals treat
Ooh.
chronic pain patients?
Well, I think that it should start with the patient provider relationship. And everything in healthcare should go back to the patient and their medical providers, and let them work together as a team. And you have your primary care doctor, your general doctor, and then you have all your specialists. And coming together as a team would be very beneficial, as well as individualizing your care. You and your sibling could have the exact same disease or condition and need totally different treatments. So don't, in healthcare, we teach, or medical schools teach, if it sounds like a horse, put it out in the pasture with the horses. But it might be a zebra, it might be a cow, it might be another animal. So check what animals you're working with. Check and see the person that you're trying to help and what their needs are. Again, we don't want to waste resources, which we do a lot in healthcare, but we also want to individualize the care so the person gets what they need, and that will help them get back into society and be more productive, and fulfill their earth purpose. And and um and so I would say that's like number one. We need to start with that patient provider relationship and keep that strong.
Be productive, people, and educate other people. So, to wrap up our discussion, Miss Barbie Ingle, Can you share a breakthrough moment in your healing journey?
My breakthrough moment was my first television appearance when I was on talking about my rare disease, reflex sympathetic dystrophy, also known as algoneurodystrophy. And I was leaving the television station and my phone rang, and it was somebody who was a patient with the same rare disease. And she said that she had been sitting at home for about 7 years waiting to die. Her doctor told her she was going to die because of the disease. And when she saw me on TV, it was the first time that she saw somebody else that had the exact same disease she did. And I was up and on television, and she said, "You just gave me hope. And now I know I don't have to lay here and die. I can actually get up and do something." And that was a breakthrough moment for me, seeing how powerful it is to share your story. And it was a breakthrough moment for her, seeing that she could actually find her own footing and own path to go and be productive in the world in her own way. And it didn't have to look the same as anybody else's, but it didn't devalue her in any way. And I really,
Miss,
that was a
yes,
great message.
Miss Barby Ingle, thank you so much for giving us hope and inspired us. Thank you so much, and we are looking forward for more inspiring books. So, can you please invite our listeners to support all your books?
Thank you so much. You can see all my books on my website, barbyingle.com. And you can also go to Amazon and check them out. And you can go to any bookstore in the United States and Canada and order them if you prefer to use your local bookstore.
Yes, people, let's support Miss Barbie Angle because if you support her, as I said, more hope, more inspiring books to come. So, Miss Barbie, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Daniel. I'm so glad to have had this time with you. Take care.
Modicon people, see you soon.